Hello friends, this is the book summary for the book Unlimited Memory by Kevin Horseley, who's a grandmaster of memory. These are all the practical lessons which I have gained from this book. This book will help you get good at memory so that whenever you try to learn something, it will stick around for longer and you don't have to go and constantly review it again and again. Okay, so moving on. Number 1. Before you learn anything, set up a PIC. A PIC. Your purpose, your interest, and your curiosity. Because most people do not know what they are looking for when they encounter information. Like if they're reading a book, they just start reading the book without clearly defining what it is that they want. If you do that, you will easily pick out the information that you want and it will more easily stick into your brain. Number 2. Now, this is a principle upon which everything else in the book rests. So, this is very important. This involves your imagination and it's called the C principle, S-E-E. S stands for 5 senses. Use your 5 senses whenever you're imagining anything. If you're imagining a horse, use all of your 5 senses onto your horse. Your touch, your hearing, your smell, sight, and even taste if you want. And yeah, E stands for energize. Energize means to add movement. So if you're imagining the horse, after you use your 5 senses, you're gonna have to use your energizing sense. No, you just have to imagine the horse moving, give it some motion. And E stands for exaggerate. That means you gotta exaggerate whatever you're imagining in your head. Which is more easily memorable? A pink horse, which is the size of a house, or a regular horse. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Another thing you should know is that a lot of linking happens. You gotta know how to link information to images. That's what linking is. When you see an information about anything, like say a quote or a definition for some term, you can take that thing and use your imagination to convert it into something weird in an image form. Next up, you're actually organizing your memories and storing them into specific places so that you can just go there and open and storage drawer and simply see what you store over there. Now, the first system is pegging. Pegging means taking a list of items which you already have in your memory, like numbers 1 to 10 or all the alphabets, and turning them into distinct images which are already like preset. By that I mean, now let's take the alphabets for example. Now A is for ant, B is for bee, C is for cow, and so on, cat, D for dog, and so on all the way to Z. You already know all the animals that exist, don't you? Like, you can easily make a list out of that. And so you're going to use this list to remember other lists. If you have a shopping list, say the first item is bread, you're going to simply take A is for ant and imagine gigantic ants eating a baguette, a bread. So now you remember that. We also have something called the number rhyme system. You take numbers 1 to 10 and you create rhymes out of them. Like 1 rhymes with bun. So you link those two together. The 1 is bun. 1 bun. 2 shoe. 3 tree. 4 door. 5 hive. 6 sticks. 7 heaven. 8 gate. 9 vine. 10 hen. And you can use this to remember other lists. In the same way you use the alphabet pegs. You can create your own custom pegs. You can use a list of your favorite superheroes as pegs. You can use furniture, anything that you like. Now let's talk about the journey method. In the journey method, you're going to create a mental map of your area, of whatever area. Choose an object, say your body, your entire body you can choose, which you already have in your head. You can choose your car, which you already have in your head, or the layout of your house, which you already have in your head. Now let's take the car for example. You're going to take your car and you're going to move from one point to the other. Say from the front part, from the hood to the boot. If you're trying to remember a grocery list, say carrots, apples, banana, you're going to take the hood of the car and place the first item, that is carrots, over there by linking the image using the C principle. And then now you're going to move from the car to the windshield and put the apples over there in some funny way. You can do this over the entire car, and now whenever you want to remember that list in your head, start moving from the hood all the way to the boot. But it should be a perfect journey because your brain remembers journey is the best, and that's the only way this method is gonna work. This method is also called the method of loci, and also the memory palace or the mind palace. This book also teaches you how you can remember names. And so you should remember the 4 C's. That is concentrate, create, connect, and continuous use. Concentrate means whenever you're meeting someone new, concentrate on whatever they are saying. Concentrate on their name properly and concentrate on their face. Like most people do not even look at the faces of people they meet. The second C is create, and that means to create an image out of the name. The author has given an example using his own name. His surname is Horsley, so you can think of a horse and Bruce Lee, and you can connect them in some funny way to remember it better. The third C is connect, which means you should take the image you created just now. You can take that and you can connect it with their face, or you can connect it with the location you have met them. The fourth one is continuous use. If you're going to remember any name, you're gonna have to use it continuously so that you do not forget. If you want, you can create a list of all the names you want that you would like to remember. If you want, you can write down on the side of each name what image you created for it. Next up, making art. So you can make art, and art helps you remember. Anything that counts as art will help you to remember, like a sculpture, a video, some acting which you do, or any photo you create, photography, even mind maps. I have already made a mind map of this book. I want to share that with you now. There you go. Pop! A mind map of the book somewhere here. Connect any of the systems you learned to your art, by the way. Remembering numbers. If you want to remember numbers, you can use the pegs which we talked about a while ago, or you could use something called the major system, which has numbers 1 to 100, and each number has its own unique image associated to it. And you'll take a long number and convert it into a sentence and use the sentence to remember. Google major system. To be honest, you don't really need the major system unless you are somebody who needs to remember very long numbers or needs to remember dates. So there's something called the memory diagram. The memory diagram looks something like this. Take items, link them and create a story out of them to remember some list. Journeys are very easy for the brain to remember, by the way. Just a reminder, be as creative as possible. Whenever you're trying to remember something, use your head, use your imagination, and you won't have that much problem remembering something. All of the techniques that we just discussed can be adapted into something else that will help you remember what you are trying to remember right now. Say if you want to remember something word for word, you can adapt those techniques into this. Usually you just need to use the C principle and just change things up a bit. But one thing the book says very much is to never learn just to pass the exam. Learn it because you want to learn. Otherwise, what's the point of spending all that time studying? Never forget to review, okay? So here's how you review. After you have read your information, test yourself after 1 hour. Then you're going to test yourself again after 1 day. Here's the chain. 1 hour, 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 28 days, 2 months, 3 months, and then it should be in your memory forever. That was a hard pill to swallow because I don't like to review. I'm so glad I read this book. Thanks for watching, people. Subscribe!